All right, Corey, let's start off.
All right, we'll
Just take us through your night.
Well, I started off in the bullpen. I looked a lot better than I started off the game. I was kind of up in the zone, and I was all over the place, but I was able to make the pitches that I wanted to when I needed to. But overall, like the way I felt and the way my stuff's been coming along, I feel just as good as I have been. It's still getting better and better. You know, funny thing is, like I had that long inning, and then best breaking ball I throw all night was the one that struck him out at the end of that inning. But I've been feeling great. Just got to keep consistent. You know, even when I do struggle, is be able to get deep into the games. You know, if you get up those 2 or 3 runs and you only go 4 innings because you're throwing the ball over the place because you let your emotions get to you, that's when you fall apart. But you can go 6 and 7 innings of doing that. That's what changes everything. It helps the team out. Helps you guys get a win. Helps everybody. You know, everybody calm down. So that's all I try to do. I go out there and pitch as best I can, and you know, try to keep us in for a W.
You mentioned letting your emotions get the best of you. It seemed like you were pretty frustrated, I think, after the 3rd inning, giving up that 2nd home run. Was that sort of a turning point? Because it seemed like you pitched a lot better after that.
It was just like, it's one of those things, like I wasn't really so much frustrated as the fact, I mean, obviously, you know, it was his night tonight. He's the one that got me. With the thing was, like, I had ground outs the whole night, and the only 2 pitches that I throw that don't sink, he blasts them over the wall, and I'm just like, yeah, there's nothing else I could do. I do the pitch that I want to, and if it just, from where the pitch started, if it just moves, you know, 4 inches, he grounds out, but it doesn't move at all, and he blasts them 380 over the wall, and there's nothing I can do about it. You know, I threw a strike, and you know, that's why the next time he came up, I wasn't allowing it to happen again. I was going to throw every pitch inside if I have to, so I wasn't letting it happen again.
You've had 4, quality starts here in a row. Clearly improving by leaps and bounds. What more do you feel like you need to do before you'd say you're at 100%?
Consistently throw all my breaking balls sharp, because every now and then, even when I'm trying to do like the get me over curveballs for the first pitch strike, I find myself burying them and babying them into the ground rather than just throwing them less hard, but still having enough break on them to where everything's the same coming to my arm and I'm not changing anything. But other than that, you know, all my stuff is coming back great. And the only other thing is like command. You know, other starts up to this one, my command was a lot better. Tonight it was, you know, down a little bit. I'd have it where, you know, I run through 3 hitters real easy with great command. Then I'll come out and, you know, 2-0, ground out, 2-0, 1 strike, ground out, 3-1, and I'm like, man, I got to get a ground out, you know, constantly battling. But other than that, my stuff's been coming back great. That's the only thing really is the command. And I think each, you know, like I said, later in the year, kind of like in Frederick, the more I get towards the second, I've always been a second half pitcher. So, you know, this is a good sign for me showing that I'm, you know, everything's coming back so quickly. I actually, like I said before, I expect so high of myself that no matter what, whether this is April 1 or September 1, I want to be as the best I can. So I just, you know, I'm actually really happy with the way things have turned out and that I've thrown this well this early in the year, because everybody else was not saying they weren't expecting me to do good, but I have a feeling like they weren't expecting me to have so mumuch success that I've had so far this early in the year.
How are you feeling endurance-wise at the end? I noticed you don't have like an ice pack on or anything.
I don't know. Well, after Delmarva, I found out, you know, you just take a little leave, basically does the same thing for inflammation that ice does. And I realized when I ice, my arm's so much stiffer the next day. And the last thing coming off surgery I need is, even if it's just playing catch the next day, I don't want it to be stiff, because that's just even longer I got to warm up. So I'm not a fan of that. I kind of just like to take the leave. But endurance-wise, I'll go out there for 200 pitches. Like, I feel like my body's in shape to throw as many as they need me to throw. But, you know, obviously they won't let me do that. But I wasn't tired.
Okay. And as far as command, you just think it's part of the process, and you'll eventually get it back?
I think it's more just release point, because my command has been so much better this year. Even when I was walking them earlier in the year, I was more around the zone. It wasn't like I was just walking them on 4 pitches.
Missing down low.
Yeah, just missing. Yeah, it's always like it's been quality. I wouldn't say, you don't really say quality walks, but it hasn't been like I'm all over the place. I'm in the zone. They battle for a walk. You know, they get it. But it's mainly just, I think, release point right now, because I'm delivering consistency. My delivery is right on where I need it to be. It's just a matter of, you know, a little hand placement, I guess, right now.
All right, Corey, you deserve the video interview tonight.
All right.
All right,
yes.
thanks a lot.